Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tega, and if this is the first time you're joining me on this channel, thank you so much for watching. If it is not your first time, thank you still for joining, and I'm happy that you're here today. I'm back. Yeah, because a few people have asked me. Okay, nobody asked. Okay, no one has asked me directly, but I felt like since those kind of conversations come up, like I decided to just do a full video about my trip from Niger to the UK. So first thing I did after I got my visa was to get my flight ticket. So it was lockdown period. So what I did was I picked a date 2 weeks before school resumption so that I could isolate for 14 days. It was still 14 days at the time. There are two ways. You could get a transit flight, which is usually cheaper, or you could get a direct flight. If you can afford to get a direct flight, I think it's much better for you to do that, especially if you're a new traveler. Like I heard a story about someone that was going to Russia, took a transit flight, and then they stopped, and then the plane left him. So he had to start looking for another flight to go. It was a first-time traveler, yeah, like except you're really smart and everything, so you can follow the signs and everything, then you can do a transit. You can get a transit ticket. It's cheaper to get a transit ticket anyway, so even if you're a frequent traveler, if you want a better deal, then you should get a transit ticket. But please, when you're doing transit flights, be observant, don't and ask a lot of questions. There are always signs in the airport showing you where you're supposed to go, what direction you should take, which flight you should take next. So between your tickets you have with you and the boards and asking people questions, you shouldn't miss anything. If you're taking a direct flight, then way easy for you. You just get on the plane in Nigeria straight to the airport in the UK, and that's that. And you can get a train from the airport or a taxi depending on what you want. So for me, I came with a direct flight straight to Heathrow, and then from there I took a taxi from the airport and I went to my isolation accommodation. So that's because it's one way, it should be a lot cheaper. You can even get 100 and something K ticket one way, because if you're coming to school, then you don't have to do a return ticket except you want to. So you can get a one-way ticket for 100 and something K, 200 and something K. I don't know what it is right now, this COVID period and red zone, lockdown, everything. If you're coming from amber list or red list countries, you have to factor in your isolation expense, because there's some places you'll be coming from where you have to isolate at the border. Yeah, so yeah, that's that for flights. Before I left Nigeria, I had a house that I paid yearly rent for. I had a car, I had TV, DSTV, I had bed, wardrobe, couch, kitchen stuff, fridge, ACs. I had a shop as well. So I kind of had a lot of things that I needed to sell. So before I even got my visa, I don't know, I was so sure, because the truth is, student visas are hardly denied. That's just the truth. It's very rare. As far as you do everything right, you put all the documents you're supposed to put in, they will not deny you. It's very rare. I've heard of a few, maybe 1 or 2 people that got denied student visa. It's not like I wasn't scared. I was cautiously optimistic, yeah. So I had like plan B. As I put up all my stuff before my visa came out, I put up all my stuff for sale. So I was already planning how to move my business to Lagos and all that. So I was thinking, worst case scenario, if I don't get the visa, I would just relocate to Lagos and start over and stuff. Because I've been in Abuja a while and I was frankly getting bored with Abuja, because there's really nothing keeping me there, you know. I put my stuff up for sale. I put on Gigi, I put on was it Gigi or OLX? Either Gigi or OLX, because one had closed and one had bought the other one or something. Yeah, I put them on my WhatsApp stories, I put on my Instagram stories, and then I told all my friends. What I did was I made a list. I went through my house and I made a list of everything that I had that I wanted to sell, and then I put the price in front of the item. Like for example, car so million, fridge so thousand, AC so 1,000, bed like that. I had this big bed, the bed frame, and I was like, I made this bed expensive, I'm not going to just sell it like that. Yeah. And to be honest, when I sold my stuff, I think I got a fair deal for most of them. Of course, some of them was annoying, like because immediately you've used something, people would definitely tell you it's not new again, why are you selling it at this price, no. And when I left Nigeria, the exchange rate was already really high, so things were expensive, so it kind of worked in my favor. Because if I say I want to sell this couch at this price and someone say, oh no, I don't want this price, because things have already gone up, even if they want to go and make a new one, it will still be expensive, so it made more sense buying from me. But the good thing is, most people that bought stuff from me, they were my friends, so it was it worked in my favor and it worked against me in some things, because your friends will be like, who do you want to sell this thing at this price for? They will almost want to bully you, and then your conscience, and you want to sell to your friend, you now be calling market price. Like, come on, hello. So put your stuff out early. If you have stuff, if you're like me, you have stuff that you want to sell, and then don't spend the money, put the money away, because when you get here, you're going to need all that money. Yeah, so I sold my stuff, I put my money aside. It wasn't for spending or anything, it was for me to, you know, I don't like to suffer or stress or anything, so I can't go somewhere and then now be, you know. So put your stuff out early, sell them, don't spend the money, keep the money, because when you first come here, you need time to settle down. Even though you have put money aside that, oh, this is living expense and blah 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 blah, that you already have. Living expense that you put aside is just for regular living, like normal. You're not doing anything extra, you're not going out of the way, you know. But that's not for me. It depends on the kind of person that you are. But me, I needed like extra cash, because I was thinking, okay, I'll sell my car, I put the money in the bank. When I come here, I used to buy another car, because I heard cars are cheaper here, and it's kind of true if you look at it from a here perspective. But if you convert it to Nigeria, this thing, but it's still cheaper here. There's no cost of shipping, there's no custom charges, you just buy here and get it here. Yeah, so as I was saying, sell stuff, keep the money so you can convert it here to get those things. For example, now my ring light I'm using, I sold my ring light in Nigeria, I put the money aside, and then when I got here, I used that ring light money to buy another ring light. So it was like I came and I was replacing some stuff. So I think you get the gist there. Let's move to the next thing. Although I said I was selling stuff, most of the things that I sold are like valuable items, stuff that could yield useful money, proper cash that I could convert into something else. But when it came to my clothes, my shoes, my clothes, shoes, fashion and beauty items, I gave those away to my friends, to my family. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I didn't see the point of moving somewhere and then I'll carry all those my clothes, and me that I can buy rubbish. I had things from 1985, 1976 that I haven't worn in a long time. I will still keep them. And because I had so much wardrobe space in my house, I had so much storage space, I just kept keeping stuff. Clothes that I don't even know that they're there, I had them there. So if I hadn't decided to give all those things away, the kind of person that I am, I'll carry everything. I can hoard. I'd have carried everything, and I'm like, what's the point of coming here with all of that luggage when I can easily come here and buy? Because people travel to buy stuff and take back, or people buy from here and sell to us there. So why would I carry all those things and come back here? And then there's excess luggage and stuff. So I'm like, when I get to Nigeria airport, I will pay through my nose. And to be honest, I practically gave away everything I owned. Like 90% of my wardrobe, I'm not kidding, 90% of my wardrobe I gave away. I didn't come with any of those, but I still had to pay excess luggage of like 80 something K when I got to the airport. I will give you people that just later. I didn't pay the 80 something K, but that's what my stuff came up to. I had to now send, we'll get there. So bottom line is, give away as much as you can, sell as much as you can. No point carrying so much from Nigeria here, because you can easily buy here for cheap, depending on, you know, your financial agrarity, you know. And then my house was supposed to be a yearly arrangement. Then, lucky for me, I had a good relationship with my landlord. I spoke with my landlord and I told them, oh, I'm going to be moving out because I'm leaving Abuja. I didn't tell him I was leaving the country. I said I'm leaving Abuja, so is it possible for me to pay so up until this month? Because my rent was due like April or May, and I started this process around that April, May or March. I think around March, my birthday time. So I asked, can I pay so? And the guy was like, we don't really do that, but okay. That's what I needed to hear. So if you know early enough and you're staying somewhere where you pay rent and stuff, you can speak with your agent. If you are not a problem tenant, you can speak with the agent or the landlord and let them know that, oh, please, can I pay like this? And what I did was, I paid 6 months, but I had some of my rent. I didn't stay the entire 6 months. So I sublet the house. I transferred my room to my friend that lived upstairs. I have a friend, Nanfe, that lived on the 2nd floor of my building, or 3rd floor of my building, and she wanted my place because I had made it better. Because she lived there, it was easier for me. So I told the landlord, oh, I'm giving this place to Nanfe upstairs, and there's really not much he can do about that because she lives there as well. So I'm sure she gave me the money because I don't place my money. Yes. So so she took my place with some of my stuff. She actually bought a lot of stuff from me. Yeah, so she just took my place, and with the things she bought and everything there, she just moved downstairs, and then I told her. So if you maybe have already paid a year, you can speak with your landlord. If you're a reasonable person and the landlord is reasonable, then start to find someone that can take over your place from you, because most landlords won't give you your money back. If you can leave the money like your OBO, but there's, of course, leave the money and go. But if you need the money back, which I think you should get back because there's a lot of expense when you get here, then you can find someone to sublet to and explain the circumstances to your landlord. Yeah. So now let me move on to the excess luggage drama. I told you guys that I sold most of my stuff. I'd given away most of my stuff. Let me tell you what now happened to me. When I was in Nigeria, my house key, in fact, I've started doing it here as well. My house key, I attach everything I need to it. Yeah. So I bought a padlock for my bag that I will use to lock my bag, because everybody say lock your bag and lock your box and whatever. So I had 2 boxes and this African print Ghana must go kind of thing. It's not Ghana must go, but they made it like Ghana must go, African print, really strong. I still have it, really nice. It took a lot of stuff. So I had 2 boxes and that. Yeah. So I put my keys, the padlock for my boxes and the Ghana must go bag, I hooked them on my house door key from the day I bought the padlock. So I subletted the house. So when I was leaving, I'd sublet the house. Is it sublet or subletted? Anyone. So I have the house, they've taken it from me with the new owner. So I gave her the house key with my padlock keys, and then they dropped me at the airport and left. So I got to the baggage check, whatever. When they put my stuff on the weight scale, see, I don't know what's going on with the English today, but they shall put my stuff on the thing, to check the weight. And they said that my luggage was excess, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I had prepared that, oh, okay, at least I'll pay excess luggage. I prepared myself because there were some books I had to take. There were I think there were like 3 or 4 shoes that I just bought. I'm like, no, these shoes are going with me. And then some die-hard things, how hoarders are. Some things that Sha just took with me. The 10% of my wardrobe I didn't give away was still quite a lot, to tell you that I had plenty stuff. So that's how they now said I say, okay, how much do I pay for the, now I'm ready. How much do I pay for the excess? And I say 80-something thousand. I say, who is paying 80-something? Why? Like, what do I have there? The guy is like, blah blah blah. Of course, if that's the excess, nothing you can do. So one of the guys said, okay, how about I move some stuff into one bag? I don't know what he was trying to explaining. The thing sounded complicated, but it made sense. Like, instead of having this bag, because 2 of my boxes already, they are heavy on their own. I had this DKNY box that I carry on my head, because now me first get box that have designer name. So I had this DKNY box that I liked, that had to go, and the box is heavy. And then there was one box I bought when I went to Dubai. It's really cute. It's pink. It's not a designer box, but it's very cute, and it was heavy. So the 2 boxes were heavy. So the guy suggested, instead of these 2 boxes that already weigh so much, see this Ghana must go one, it has a lot of things in it, but because the box itself is not heavy, it didn't weigh so much. So why don't you remove things from this box, put in this one and then maybe leave one box here, call someone to come and pick it up later. I say, okay, not a bad idea. I have plenty friends in Abuja, they can come and pick it later. Oh yeah, open box now, take out the find padlock. I was looking for the key. I look, that's when I say, hey, I left the padlock key. Somebody help me, somebody help me, somebody help me. And you know how Abuja airport is? I stay in Jabi, near between Jabi and Life Campsite. If you know Abuja, like I was 45 minutes away from the airport, thereabouts, and they had already dropped me and gone back. And the person that I even gave key to, she didn't follow us to the airport, so she was 45 minutes away. I came early because normally, even when I'm doing local flights and stuff, I like coming early. I rather wait than have to run, you know. So I had good time. But then I'm very emotional. I'm sensitive. I easily get stressed, you know. So I was already feeling stressed with the whole, oh my God, the key, da. So I called my G, Biodun. I called her and I'm like, B, see what's going on. She said, okay, I will send you my cab driver's number. There's this cab driver Biodun has had since 1990, Begede. That he'll get the key from Nanfe, bring it to me, then take the empty box back with him. Okay, well, see me now waiting for taxi guy. Shebi is go to Nanfe, collect key, come back. Call. Where are you? Hey, I'm there. Where are you? Time done they go. This one I'm saying now. Where are you? They've started the line that they're using to do, what thing they call them? The line now, the queue that you enter for them to be checking your things. And before I got to this point, I'd already delayed. And I forgot that part. I was supposed to have I was supposed to fill this track and trace form that will have where I'm staying, some questions, but the track and trace some. So I got to the end of one queue. That's when I realized I hadn't filled it. So I had to step away and go and look for the form, because I didn't download it before or something. I had to fill it on my phone, download it, then get back on the queue. So I'd already taken some time to do that one. So I had time, don't move forward. Call taxi, where are you? Hey, madam, I'm saying, I will call Mr. Where? As the taxi was delaying, I started getting frustrated. The guy suggested something to me. You people, see, let me advise you. Anytime you're going to the airport, don't use padlock. You see bubble wrap, that bubble wrap, pay the extra cost and bubble wrap your bag. You get why? So the guy like, okay, he can help me to open one of the boxes. But this is not something that, you know, people know. But he can help me because I'm looking stressed and time is going. I say, what can you do for me? Anything. You know that point where you be like, just do it for me. This guy opened my bag that I padlocked him. He opened it for me. When a back was against the wall, it be like saying I can't. He unzipped the bag, the two padlocked bags. So he opened the two. We moved the stuff inside. And he locked it back without affecting the padlock, without spoiling the zip, breaking the padlock, anything. If I wasn't there, I wouldn't have known that my bags were opened. So when we put the stuff back on, I now had to pay 30 something, almost 40k, I think 38k in excess luggage. Still. Okay, time, let me go and pay now. I went to the place to pay. They say they don't collect card, only cash. This thing I'm saying, my flight, they go the inside. They had not started boarding. But I hate all those last minute stuff. And they were about to close one nonsense. So the guy now said, okay, I should go and use ATM. Then he will go and tell the guy, he will take my luggage to one place. So I said, you know what? Help me bubble wrap both bags. So after I had seen what I saw, I bubble wrapped my remaining bags. And then I went... See, Nigeria, let me not go there. How can you not be using ATM? So to pay for the excess luggage, I had to go and look for ATM run, to go and look for cash. What I was trying to avoid, that's what I ended up doing. I ended up rushing last minute. So bottom line, the moral of this story is, don't padlock your bag, just use bubble wrap. Because if you forget the key at home, you pay extra and waste your time. And then you should probably just have enough cash with you when you're leaving Nigeria. The cash for kind of, if you end up having excess luggage, Abuja, and I don't know if Lagos they use ATM. I don't know if they use ATM now, but they didn't use card payment. I had to go and look for cash. So if you can have enough cash, so you can pay excess luggage if you have any, or any other last minute, like you want to bubble wrap your bag, you want to buy a Ghana must go from them. Now, the reason I'm saying carry some cash is the next thing I'm moving on to. First time I was ever going to Dubai, they kept me until my flight had boarded before they let me go. Nothing was wrong, nothing was up, just, you know, but it was my first time traveling, and the first time travelers, they give you a hard time anyway. But after that time, I haven't had that much grief, because now what I do is I change money to 200, 500, 1K. As I progress through immigration, as they are greeting me, I will just bring something, because all those greeting, something may be wrong, something may not be wrong, but even if something is not wrong, they just want to delay you for no reason, asking you unnecessary questions. The first question someone asked me was about my Ghana must go bag, that my Ankara Ghana must go style bag. That what's in the bag? I said clothes. He said, did you carry food stuff? I said no. He said, are you sure you didn't carry food stuff? I said, I packed my bag myself. He said, so if I check it now, I will not see. I said, see, I'm a student, I'm going to school. But I'm telling you now that I didn't carry food stuff. If your scanner shows food, put it in the scanner and scan the bag and check. He said he will have to check my bag. And I said, okay, you should check the bag, there's no food stuff. So it's like, as the guy saw that, oh, I really don't have, because I didn't carry any food stuff, I really don't have food stuff and blah blah blah. He now said, what of the other box? What is there? Do you this? I said, bro, see, I'm stressed. See tears in my eye. I've already gone through all of this. He say, so wait till they go study. I say, I'm going to study digital marketing. He say, if they travel abroad, they go do marketing. Why you not do something like, say, engineering or something? And I say, oh, you know now, you know. I knew. And I wasn't in the mood to be stressed or kept, if you understand what I'm saying. So I knew, and I did what I knew. So I just like, okay, oh, take this one. The next place I went to, okay, oh, take this one. Because after they check your bag and all of that, when you want to go board, there's still one place you pass through before you get into immigration. The immigration part where they stamped my passport and blah blah blah, nobody asked me for anything or told me anything there. But the point before we went to sit down to board, I still do something, you know. And if they check your bag in the beginning, you will still do something. So if you have time to be speaking English, don't do something. But if you are like me and you don't like I don't like stress, I know it's not their right to collect anything from you, but the thing with me and Nigeria is I feel like people in Nigeria don't do things because they want to do it. They do it because our system is messed up. Like, if you check how much they pay those people now, it doesn't even amount to anything. If you have you think people want to beg. People don't want to beg. Everyone wants a job. Everyone wants to be respectable and dignified and stuff. Well, you get where things be for that place, and like, you can't even blame some people. They pay them crap. Oh, let's not go in that talk for another day. So I don't used to do it's me who holy pass Saint Toby. I just let me be going where I'm going. So just take cash with you. That's all I'm saying. Now you need the COVID what do you call it? COVID certificate certificate that you've tested for COVID and blah 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 blah. When I left, that's what I needed. Although I did it, they didn't ask me for it. Nigeria again, the way I said things are. But you're supposed to have that COVID certificate. So when you're traveling, they would see it before you leave, along with your TB certificate, because they checked my TB certificate before I left. So Sha just had those things. So after that, I boarded my flight. It was just direct. I got to Heathrow, and then of course immigration here was entirely different. There was no, oh, you gone do this. Oh, the immigration point, if I remember clearly, I'm saying this because some people may be traveling for the first time. They have a line for people coming from people that have UK passports. They have for people that have EU passports, I think, and then they have a line for other passports. I don't remember clearly, but just look for something like that, Sha. Yeah, so I went to my line of my people, and then it will just be moving. And then when you get to the immigration point, they ask you a few questions like, where you, for me, I think they asked me, where am I staying, why am I here, basic questions. Of course, they have to ask you before you enter into the country, but nothing serious, nothing to be, as far as you're not illegal or you're not a drug pusher or whatever, you're cool, it's not a problem. So they asked, because of the COVID situation, they asked, I think they asked me for the COVID certificate thing, that thing, track and trace, or trace and test and trace, to shall know where I will be. They asked where I was staying for the 14 days of my isolation. They didn't ask me where I was staying after. Normally when I come in the UK, they ask me where I'm staying, where I'm going, I tell them. But this time they only asked me where I'm staying for my isolation time, and I told them, and what am I studying. And then they asked to see my CAS document. You're a student, they have a CAS document, so just have it with you in your handbag or something, because I don't know why the guy asked. I didn't know they were going to ask, but I had it with me. So when they asked me for my CAS documents, I handed it to them, and that was it. And I was cleared through, and then I went in my taxi, and then I went to my isolation apartment. Yes, I mean, I booked an apartment on bookings.com. So that's the reason I'm saying this. If you're trying to find something and you haven't, because some people can come and stay in, book somewhere, the school accommodation or something before they come, or people go online now and try to book apartments and stuff, because everything is online before they come. But I wouldn't advise you to do that. Don't book any long permanent stay until you get here. See it with your 2 eyes before you book it, even if it's student accommodation. Just my opinion. Come and see it with your 2 eyes before you book it. If you don't have any place to stay in the meantime, go to bookings.com or Airbnb. You can see really affordable apartments there that you can stay for the 10 days. It doesn't have to be super comfortable. Just make sure it's what you can afford. Sometimes it's in people's houses, they rent out their spare rooms and all of that. It's affordable. Forget comfortable, forget that it's single bed or the bed is not big, or when you live there, you go and stay in big bed. So just book somewhere that you can stay for your isolation, and then maybe extend it for another week, depending on what you can afford. You cannot be looking for your accommodation online or your student accommodation, blah, blah, blah. Then immediately you finish isolation, go and see it with your 2 eyes before you pay and conclude anything. Most times you're not going to stay on campus. Half the time they ask for guarantor, many long things. And when you want to now find your permanent apartment, you can check Rightmove. I know I used Rightmove. There are other ones, but if you Google Rightmove, the other ones shall come up, ads and all of that. Just check around. So after my 10 days 14-day isolation, I did a bit of apartment hunting. I didn't know that I'd already been stuck in Cambridge, something I did online when I was in Nigeria. I was thinking that, oh, after that deposit, I'll now move to my own place. So I started house hunting. So I was house hunting on Rightmove. I found a few places. They asked me for a lot of stuff: guarantor, affordability document, references, plenty things. I think I will make a video on that later. What you need to rent a place here, and the grueling whatever if you're new here, because if you're new here, you haven't stayed here up to 3 years, I think a lot of things are more difficult for you. That's the reality. Yeah, I made a video about how I got stuck with the apartment, so I had to stay there for 42 weeks, and I felt like for that tiny place I was paying too much, but I was already stuck. There was nothing I could do, so I had to wait 42 weeks before I was able to get out of there and move here. I know that when you're about to travel, a lot of people give you a lot of opinions. Oh, do it like this, do it like that, do it like this, do it like that, blah. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it. I'm just giving you my opinion and stuff and telling you exactly what I did. So if it works for you, yeah, fine, do it. If it doesn't, then don't. For me, I think that this is the best time for you to come and study in the UK. I'm going to do a video talking about why. If you've ever considered coming to study in the UK, to work in the UK, to relocate to the UK, I think now is the best time to apply to come in as a student. Yeah, so I'll talk about that in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. I will try to be a lot more consistent. I'm working on it now. Yeah, I don't have any excuses because, well, there's no reason. Although school's been busy and stuff, but all right, yeah, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.